Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today's video is a 20-minute yoga flow for enhancing your mood and relieving stress. So get a yoga mat, put on something comfortable to wear, and let's get started. So we're going to start in a cross-legged position at the edge of your mat. Close your eyes and take 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now we're going to take 3 yoga breaths, so breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Use this as an opportunity to think of an intention for today's practice, whether that be you want to start your day off in a positive energy, you want to get some endorphins flowing, get your heart rate up. Whatever it may be, just use this as a moment to really hone in and meditate on your intention. Great. Now coming through a tabletop position with a neutral spine, we're going to take a deep breath in, bring the eyes to the belly button, round the spine for a cat-cow pose. On the exhale, looking up to the sky for a cow, inhaling, gazing to the belly button. One more time with your breath. Exhale, gaze comes up to the spine, arching the back. Inhale, gazing towards the belly button, rounding the spine. Sitting back onto the heels for a child's pose. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Now we're going to walk the hands to the right side of the mat, getting a nice side body stretch. You should feel this in the left side of your body as you stretch to the right. On the 3rd exhale, we're going to walk the hands in the other direction for the right side body stretch. Bringing the hands back into the center. We're going to lift the booty up into the air for a puppy pose, keeping the chest on the ground. Eyes gaze forward. This is a great stretch for the spine and the lower back. On the 3rd exhale, you're going to walk the hands back up to your tabletop before lifting the chest into an upward dog, our first Chaturanga flow of the day, bringing it back into downward dog and holding for 3 breaths here. Downward dog is a great resting pose, keeping the spine active, keeping the arms active, but also allowing the heart rate to really relax. So you're going to walk the hands up to meet, walk the feet up to meet the hands. In a forward folded position. Before raising up into our mountain pose. This is what we call a sun salutation. Moving through mountain pose, arms up high, exhale, forward fold, hands meet the feet or the ankle wherever you are, lifting up to a halfway lift, and exhale again for a forward fold. Bending the knees, we step back into our high plank pose before flowing into another Chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Upward dog and meeting in our downward dog. Step hop or float to meet the hands at the front of your mat before rolling up into mountain pose for another sun salutation. Inhale, hands up towards the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine comes straight and neutral. Exhale, forward fold back into our high plank. One breath cycle here before we go down into our upward dog and exhale into our downward dog. So now we're going to lift the leg for a three-legged dog. So with the left leg high, bending the leg, opening the hip, deepening our hamstring stretch here, straightening the leg again in our three-legged dog before bringing the knee to the nose, engaging the core muscles here. Back to our three-legged dog, step the left leg through, and lifting the arms for a high lunge. So we're really using our active flexibility here in this high lunge. Our hip muscles are working, our core muscles are working. Hands come to heart center before we twist to the left, bringing the right elbow to the left knee and a spinal twist here, holding for 3 breaths. Option to fly up the hands. Option to bind the hands, one behind the back, one under the knee, if that is available to you. This deepens the stretch here in the spine as well as the hip. On the next exhale, you're going to bring the hands down to either side of the foot and flow through your Chaturanga, or simply meet in a downward dog position. Pedaling out the legs here, walking our dog, loosening up those hamstrings. We're going to lift the right leg to repeat this series on the right side. So you can open your right hip, deepen the stretch in the hamstring, back to your three-legged dog, knee to nose, hold for 1 breath cycle, back to your three-legged dog, and step the leg through to your high lunge. Holding here for 3 breaths. Hands to heart center and twisting this time to the right side. So left knee to left elbow to right knee. Option to fly the hands. Once again, if you did that on the other side, go ahead and do that on the right, or bind the hands. And on the third and final exhale, you're going to move through your Chaturanga once again. Meeting in our downward dog, we are going to go into our warrior series. So take your 3 breaths here, and when you're ready, lifting the left leg for a 3-legged dog on the left. Again, stretching that hip, opening the left leg straightening back to your three-legged dog. Knee comes to the nose to really activate those core muscles. Back to your three-legged dog. And we're going to step through to our high lunge. Now, shifting to Warrior One. So we're stepping down on the knife edge of the left foot. Three breaths in Warrior One before shifting into Warrior Two. Hands are wide, gazing over the middle finger of the front hand for 3 breaths. Think of how strong you are, how powerful you are in this position. And going into our Exalted Warrior. Front hand comes high, gaze up towards the sky. Down into our side angle stretch. Front hand comes down to the floor, still in the lunging position, still having the knife edge of the foot planted on the ground. There is an option to bind the hands here to deepen the stretch in the hips. And triangle pose for 3 breaths. Front leg straightens, and we're still gazing up towards the sky here. Core is engaged, and we're really feeling this in the left hamstring. Cartwheel the hands back to a high plank before going into our Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog for 1 breath. Exhale, downward dog. This is what's called the Vinyasa Flow, so we are going to connect 1 breath to 1 movement as we flow. But here we are going to repeat this warrior series on the right side. So lifting the right leg high, opening the hip, back to your 3-legged dog, and knee comes to nose. Breathe here. On the exhale, lifting the leg. Inhale, step through to your high lunge. Going into Warrior One, placing the knife edge of the right foot firmly onto the ground, gazing over the middle finger of the front hand. Exalted Warrior, palm up towards the sky, gaze up towards the sky, really stretching through the right side body, feeling it in your obliques before going down for a side angle lunge, gazing up over the left hand this time. Option to bind the hands behind the back if you did that on the other side. And side angle stretch, legs are straight. Cartwheeling the hands back into your high plank for a Chaturanga flow. So here we're going to go back into our child's pose to rest, to catch our breath, to relax our arms that have been working for us today and our hamstrings that are working hard for us today. Relaxing the heart rate that is now reminding us that we are human, that we are strong, that we are capable. Stay here as long as you need, but we're going to meet back in our downward facing dog. Step or hop to meet the hands at the top of your mat and moving back up through our mountain pose. Inhale here and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, let everything go in our forward fold. Lifting the arms, sitting the booty back into our chair pose. We are engaging the core muscles here, engaging the quad muscles, sending the booty back like we are sitting in a chair. Keeping the eyes on a spot in front of the feet. Hands can move through heart center or to an airplane. Arms, hands behind the back. Holding for 3 breaths here. Yes, you can. Sweeping the hands low, straightening the legs back into our slight back bend as a counter stretch. And exhale, forward fold. Flowing through Chaturanga. Last Chaturanga of the practice, make it your best one yet. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Amazing. You guys are doing amazing. This is not easy. You should feel your heart really pumping and working for you now. And we're going to finish today's practice on our backs. So lowering onto your back, using the core to lie down slowly as you can. In our Shavasana pose, we have one hand over the heart, one hand over the stomach. We're going to breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Lifting the right knee to the chest. We're going to circle the hip a couple times here. And lifting the right leg straight for a passive split stretch. Opening that leg to the side, stretching a center. Holding onto your ankle or your foot, wherever you are at in your practice. Breathing here 3 times before bending the knee and twisting it over to the left. Gaze comes to the right. Feeling the tension release from the spine in the twist. 3 breaths here. We're going to repeat that again on the left side, bringing the knee in and circling the hip. Straightening the leg for a split stretch. Holding onto the ankle or the foot, wherever you're at in your practice, that is perfectly okay. And opening the leg to the side. Bending the leg and twisting to the left. Feeling the tension release in your spine. I know this feels amazing. This is my favorite stretch. And after 3 breaths, we're going to bring both knees in to the chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Thank your body for all the work that it has done for you over the last 20 minutes. And hands to the toes for a happy baby pose. Bringing the legs out wide, keeping the knees bent, rocking back and forth to really massage the spine here. And coming back to our Shavasana, where we will end our practice. So again, putting one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. You're going to breathe deeply in through the nose, feeling the chest expand. And exhale, feeling the chest contract. Take a moment to think of your intention for today's practice once again. And when you're ready, roll onto one side and push yourself up into a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me in today's yoga practice. Enjoy the rest of your day.